Hi, my name is Chris with KZ Trapping Productions. What we're going to cover today is how to flesh an otter. And we're also going to cover boarding one. Skinning an otter is not hard. You're just going to peel it down like a sock. You're going to go from ankle to anus. Where those two meet, you'll go straight all the way to the end of the tail, then skin the tail out, and then peel him like a sock from there. The hardest part on one is the tail. They've got two fat pockets that run down either side of it, and that's where you're going to run into the majority of your problems, but it's still not hard. So just take your time when you get to them. We're going to get right into this. We're going to cover fleshing one down. We're also going to cover skinning one, or not skinning one, but boarding one, and hope you guys enjoy what you're watching. Alright, we're going to start here, down around the tail. As we mentioned in the first part, that is the toughest part of this animal to do. We got our fleshing knife here, and we'll start on the dull side. Just get going around the bottom here a little bit. Nothing special right here. We're just like every other animal. The one thing I will tell you, if you've never done an otter before, take your time on the first couple ones you do. They aren't hard. You can see right here, there's the teats on it. Taking your time will pay off. I'm not going for any speed records here, so I'm trying to make sure I get everything covered that needs to be covered. And I'll tell you why. The reason that I do this, go around the bottom first, is it doesn't matter so much with the tail, but when you start getting up into the top part of it here, you'll be glad you do it because it'll keep your hide cleaner. Alright, so we got him cleaned off all the way around there. I'm going to bring him back up the board here a little bit and bring his tail up here. Alright, so the best thing I can tell you on an otter, you're definitely going to need a knife that's got two sides to it. And just kind of gently start shaving that tail down. Let the knife do the work for you. Don't go getting all gung-ho and trying to do everything at once. Let the knife work for you. I've still got just a little bit down here around the bottom. On this other side. Once you get that fat out of there, then you can go over it with the dull side of your knife again and get it all cleaned up. And that's it. That's all there was to do in the tail on the otter. It's good to go. Getting back on my board here, and at this point, just start working your way up, just like you would anything else. Roll him over to the next little piece there. And I know you probably see me almost like I've got a slicing action going on. I am on the dull side of this knife. I tell you what, these are one pretty creature, that's for sure. And the fur is worth a good bit of money. So if you're lucky enough to catch one, praise the Lord for it. I will be honest with you, I did not catch this one. Nor have I ever caught one. They are not very common around the parts that we live in. Closest one I know of being caught is probably 45-50 minutes from here. Right now I've just kind of got the leg in here. And I will tell you too, I didn't show this part, but you do want to do it. When you're doing an otter, you want to get it, the hair on it a little bit damp, because they will tend to singe if you don't. It's just a good way to help save your fur. You don't want to catch you a high dollar otter and turn around and lose about half your money because of something that you could have fixed. And all you gotta do is just get a damp rag and dampen the hair down. That's all you got to do. I'm still just going around the legs here working on it. Remember, these are longer animals, so it does take a slight bit longer to do them. Still on the dull side of the knife. This one don't want to stay on my, doesn't want to stay on my fleshing beam. Alright, got him around the legs. We're on the home stretch now. There's in between his legs, we already got that. We're going to roll him over on his back here. Kind of get him down there where he can get to his ears. You want to get him all pushed out good and tight. Now we'll go back to the sharp side of my knife here and just start working this down. As Jason pointed out earlier in the part where we filmed the coons, you can never have one too tight on your beam. And again, just let the knife do the work for you. If the knife isn't doing the work, stop and sharpen your knife. Here we are, just keep working around the head here. As much of it off as we can. Down here on the chin. Most of that was push off. You start getting over around the cheek area, behind the ears and on the neck area, you may have to shave it down a little bit. that's it. If you want to, there's nothing wrong going in here. We're trying to clean up the head area a little bit. These are high dollar animals, so the better yours looks, the more likely you are to get top lot off of one. Just touch him up here real quick behind the ears, between the eyes. There you are. This otter is done. It didn't take hardly any time. We're going to shut this camera off and show you how to put him on a board. Alright, here's the final section. We're going to show you how to board the otter. And just like Jason mentioned earlier, we prefer using boards. You have more control over them. Otter boards are pretty long, but that's mostly because they have a long tail. So what you want to do is just slide your otter down on the board. Make sure he's on there and he's centered. Over here where the legs are, you want to make sure this is centered. Alright, I'm going to take the nose here, pull it back over, judge the ears here and make sure they're centered. And on these ones that already have sideys tags in them, I'll go ahead and put a pin down through the top to make sure they don't slide through. Alright. Then we got to do the same thing down here at the bottom because the hide can be crooked. We're going to pull that down. Just kind of brush him out. That's just getting the stuff off of him. No big deal. Alright. So, hopefully you guys can see this alright. We'll take a pin right here where the tail starts, down and pin it. Take another one over here where the tail starts, pull it down and pin it. And I kind of pulled both of those in, and I'll show you why here in a minute. Alright. Now there's a difference between putting one up commercially and putting one up for your own sale. If you want to put one up for your own sale, make it look good and get the best money out of it, I would suggest going this road. You want to take a pin, put it in here, pull up, stretch out, and pin it. And what we're going to do is we're going to pleat this tail the whole way down. And I know it might sound like a whole lot of extra work, and it might be. But if you're going to take the time, trap one, catch it, and skin it and flesh it, you might as well get every penny out of it you can. So again, pick up, pull out, pin it. And you're just going about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch below it when you're doing this. Pinning them out. I'm losing my pins here. This technique is called pleating. Once you get down here to the bottom, there's not really a whole lot you can do with it. Stick your 2 pins there, down at the bottom. Take that down. You can see it's kind of rippled all the way down. It looks shorter, but that's not the problem. The hair on it looks fuller. So we're going to flip this guy over. Bring this little piece right here around. Pin it down. Same thing on this side. Get a little pin right here in the corner. Make sure that none of this comes up and we're not losing any inches we don't need to lose. This little piece right here, it's hanging. That's where its genitals were. Take it straight across there. You can trim it around. Don't want to take off anything major because that's where you're going to end up with losing money. Straighten him back up on the board here. Make sure he still is. Check all your pins. And all that's left to do is put a belly wedge in here and it's ready to go. So there you have it. That's how we're going to do our otter put up. This board is the required specifications. You'll see those at the end of the video. If you look, we've got a list of them on there for you. And that's how you do an otter.